So let me show you really quick what I've got going on here. This is our garage. I don't know if I've ever shot a video in here. I don't think I've ever shot a video in here before, actually. We used to have, like, a long time ago, like a decade ago, we used to have a car in here. But it became so full with just a storage area, as you can see, my, I think, 50 or 60-inch plasma TV. A bunch of old equipment, some fridges that can probably go to Goodwill or be sold, and some doors from a remodel we did. But there's a lot of junk down here. But I have just enough room, since it's so nasty out today. I have some room to work on the car a little bit by just pulling it in a little bit and keeping it out of the wet. So I'll be able to work on open parts of the engine, like the the oil pressure sender. Don't worry about getting too much humidity in there. So here's the part that I got, and you know, I think it was O'Reilly's, had it for 10 bucks, so just grabbed it. And my phone's telling me my battery's about to die. Oh no! So it's just this little plug. From the top it looks almost like a spark plug, but yeah, that's where the spade connector attaches, and it just bolts right on. And again, it lives right underneath the alternator here. You can't see it, just barely. You can't see it at all, actually. Here. Well, right next to the EJ. You saw it in the other video. It's right there. I just need to swap that piece out. And I got this little work light I found down here, which is just about perfect. So when it does get darker, it's about 3:30 right now, I think. It'll get darker in about an hour. If I'm not finished by then, I'll be able to use that. But yeah, this is how I'm working. I don't know that I'll film everything. My phone's almost dead, but yeah, that's what I'm working with. Okay, so what I've done so far is I removed the alternator. In the Legacy, the guy in the video that I watched, his Legacy Outback, you're able to just rotate this around. And maybe he didn't have an air conditioning compressor or something like that, but anyway, I wasn't able to just rotate it up because the bolt goes through there, and then there's this lip here, so the alternator would only rotate so far. So I just took off, this is the adjustment thing, so basically you can tighten the alternator, that's your belt tensioner, and I just had to remove it completely, but that's fine. This harness came off, this little connector, what is that, two terminal connector, and this, I guess the top maybe. So I took those off. I did disconnect the battery. I'm being good. I disconnected the battery. So yeah, I took it off. The belt is right there. The alternator is right here. Or I guess the manual calls it a generator, but it's an alternator. So yeah, I've never seen an alternator off before. That's kind of cool. But yeah, that was kind of a pain in the ass to get off. It was just a lot of wrestling. But yeah, and I've actually got the tools to remove plugs, like and plugs and whatnot. So that's not a plug necessarily, but I've got this set here, and I believe that this is 17 or 18. Actually, I should probably get that info to you. It's not that. It's this. No, I lied. It's not that. It's this. Maybe. This appears to be, yeah, 24 millimeter. So that's handy to have. But that's a replacement. That's our original. I've heard that you're supposed to put that white plumber's tape around these things. Focus, damn you. I heard that you're supposed to put white plumber's tape around there. I imagine that this brown stuff is supposed to do sort of the same thing. But yeah, I'll see what comes out on there. And if it does come off with white tape, I need to go dig around and see if I can find it. But yeah, and these things are very common to leak as well. So put it on correctly, I imagine, would be... God damn, seriously not focused? Fuck. Putting it on correctly would be ideal, because you don't want that entire area to just get splooged with oil. I just had a very nasty thought. So here is the original. The new one is in there, but I'm wondering, what if the problem is not actually the unit? What if the problem is somewhere in the block? What if there's a blockage of something in there? Imagine how fun that'll be to take care of, and that's well outside of my scope of abilities. So yeah, hopefully it's the actual unit itself, because this thing looks so clean and fine. There's differences here. Focus, you fuck. There's a little tiny pinhole in there, as opposed to this one, which is more of a larger. Here it is. Yeah, the new one, the off-brand, quote-unquote import, whatever. That appears to have a bigger hole, I think. Yeah, it's different in construction, but hopefully it reports the same signals, or the appropriate signals. Where is the... What was I using? Oh, I guess I was just using that. So there was no tape on there. You'd think that this would come out with oil. Or that oil would be... You serious? You've been out of focus this entire time. You'd think that oil would be coming through there, and I've seen that people have this leaking sometimes, so I'm wondering why that's so clean. That's kind of bothering me. Okay, well, hopefully the new part fixes it. If not, I'm screaming over the dealer and seeing what they have to say. Look at me, I'm a fucking idiot. In my zeal, I bent this thing flat trying to put that stupid spade connector on there. Oh, that's super soft metal. I'm wondering if I should try to bend it back. Fuck. Maybe I could try to bend it in a different location. Shit. I'm such an idiot. Okay, it's just generally upward direction. Fuck, I don't want to spend another $10. Okay. Let's call that good. Oh, God. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. Okay. So the alternator's back in. Everything's reattached. I've already tested, so I know it works, but I just thought I'd show you. The belts are about the same tension. The one that I took off is about the same. And I reattached everything. All the wiring is back together. All it really needs to be done is make sure this is tight as it should be. And I used that plug wrench socket thing to make sure that was perfectly tight. And I didn't use any plumber's tape. So I'll just show you that it works now. So we have power again, as you can see. And if I turn it to accessory, while this is dripping water all over my foot, you have oil. And when I start the engine, everything's good. It turns off immediately. So that's good. Hopefully we won't get a big oil leak where that thing was. And now I need to keep an eye on it. So there you go. While I'm still working on putting it all back together, the worst part of this for the Impreza, for the first generation Impreza with those headlights, is having to take the alternator out. That was a really big pain in the butt. This bolt was so hard to get back in to where it needed to be, because this bracket here, these two parts that sort of clamp around this part of the air conditioning compressor, that is super tight. So I ended up sort of half bashing it in, trying to get everything back reattached. You can see what I did to this baseball bat, trying to sort of knock it back into the place. And it took me a good 10 minutes to get it right in the right position, and checking with my eye to make sure, and then using I think that's a 1/4 inch, to sort of wiggle it around. Luckily there aren't any threads on this first part on the AC compressor. But I think I've got everything tightened back up appropriately. But the little mounting bolts here, this is actually part of this part where is it? This guy actually attaches to it. So it's sort of like this on there. Sorry, that was really bad filming. But that slots into there, a little fork. So don't try to unscrew that all the way, unless, well, you're gonna have to. But and then that attaches to there, and then this flaps down, and then you screw that little guy back onto the AC compressor. And there's 2 bolts, and then no, there's just 2 bolts. So this is the big one, and it's got a little spacer there, so you can see, spacer, and that is for the far left, next to the power steering fluid reservoir. So that was not so bad. It took about an hour, I think, for me, and I'm a complete novice. I have changed my oil a few times in various vehicles. I've done my mom's, I've done the Eurovans, I've done, that's about the extent of it, though. Yeah, so that was the extent of my ability, and I was able to do this fine. Just took a little bit of struggling and a little bit scary when I bent that on accident, but yeah, it was easy peasy lemon squeezy. If I can do it, you absolutely can.